Hey, happy Wednesday, everybody. Mark again here at Weatherman Plus. Now, I'm going to update you not only on these cold temperatures that we have now, coldest day still being Friday into Saturday, plus what is coming right after that. We have a very large storm, a big warm up bringing severe weather, and a potential storm off the East Coast, maybe even a nor'easter. But there is going to be blockbuster snow, heavy rainfall, and a low upper level low that's going to form maybe a surface low in the Gulf that's going to bring some strong winds as well. And the tropics are waking up again for that storm I told you about late November. Now, if you've never been here before, make sure you subscribe. I am all year long. Make sure you click that bell. YouTube don't always recommend my channel. Thank you so much for your time. Now, this storm is going to brew up right before Thanksgiving and on Thanksgiving. So a lot of people traveling, this is going to cause a lot of problems. So please share the video, like the information if you did like the information. Now, what you are looking at this morning are our temperatures, our 2-meter temperatures. And you can see all in this red, everybody is in all these freezing temperatures. And our coldest day is still going to be Friday going into Saturday, bringing some very cold temperatures. All these negative degree temperatures still showing negative 30. Now, our last warm up is still going to be right in the middle of December, just like I updated you yesterday. But we do have this warm up coming before then. And this is going to bring a lot of warm temperatures in the 70s, but it's going to bring severe weather as well. All that orange you see is going to be in the 70s. This is by the 22nd, by the 23rd, and the 24th. A big system pushing through, and it is going to create a lot of severe weather as well as more blockbuster snowfall coming into the northeast. And this will go all the way to the northeast. Now, just like I showed you yesterday, we still have all of the country below average temperatures. And as you keep looking at it, you can see it does go to the northeast, but right around Thanksgiving, 23rd, 24th, we start becoming this warm up that's coming into fruition, and it is going to create a lot of severe weather before we get another plunge of cold air at the beginning of December before that last warm up. Now, you can see this here when you look at your 2-meter temperature anomalies, where you're going to be well below average all the way until we get this warm up. Now, this is still bringing that very heavy snowfall, but this big warm up is going all across the central U.S. towards the East Coast. And then in the beginning of December, we're going to have another big blast coming straight down to the southeast, putting the southeast and well below temperatures all the way down Florida. This whole area is going to be full of lift, full of favorable environment, and there's a lot of things going on. So as you go into Tuesday the 22nd, is your 500 millibar vorticity. You see we do get a storm from the northwest. It is bringing some snowfall for y'all as well, but it comes all the way down to the south central and gains a lot of strength. This is according to the Euro, and the Euro don't see too far, but it does see this system come together, and it does see those systems forming as one big event. And all in front of this is going to be a lot of severe weather. Now, this whole time, there's going to be a lot of favorable environment from the east side of the U.S. all the way down into our Caribbean. I will update you on everything as we go through it. You can see right here as we go towards Friday to get a weak system passing by Central America. As we start to get that system coming in from the northwest, that goes over Central America. And GFS confirms as well that will go into the Gulf. We could get a low, a surface low that could form up. Won't get too strong at all, guys, as this goes over Florida, maybe bring some storms and rainfall. As the next big system, very broad system, starts moving into the Caribbean by the 22nd. And this is when our storm comes in from the northwest, digs real deep into the south central, creates a lot of severe weather, gets together with that system in Canada, gets elongated, and goes all the way to the East Coast, strengthening up over the southeast and the mid-Atlantic, and then zooming up towards the northeast. Potential nor'easter that could form out of that. It's still a little too far to be sure, but this is the pattern that they are all seeing. Now, you can see all this favorable and unfavorable environment when you look at your potential velocity anomaly. And you can see down here from the western Caribbean through our central U.S. is where all this lift is going to be, all the way towards the Leeward, Windward Islands, and the east coast of the U.S. A lot of favorable environment starting from the 22nd all the way down to the beginning of December. So let's start with the severe weather first. So as you look at your dew points, you can see as you go into the 22nd and 23rd, you start getting some dew points raising way up from Texas and the south central, and you can see it will create a front line to where it will be severe weather for Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, go into the southeast, and maybe even the Tennessee and Kentucky Valley as it goes to the southeast, bringing this severe weather that's coming with this system. Now, during this time, we will get an upper level low that will try and become a surface low in the Gulf of Mexico. When you look at your sea surface temperatures, you can see right here that 26 degrees Celsius is 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and you need at least 80 degrees to sustain something tropical as far as strengthening on that storm. So you can see right here in this dark orange all the way around the Gulf, all the way to warmer with the red in the Western Caribbean. But as it gets closer towards the northern Gulf, where it's right along the shore, it is below 80. So it will come through the Gulf, and it's not going to be able to sustain itself too much because we have these cold fronts bringing all these cold temperatures, pushing all the warm temperatures away. But it will track over towards the southeast, bring some storms and maybe some winds over Florida. And you can see on your lightning strikes that as you go into Saturday and Sunday, you get a little upper level low, tries to become a surface low in the Gulf, and it goes right across Florida with those storms, bringing y'all maybe some winds and some rain. Not a serious or anything strong like a tropical system. Then as you keep going, you can see as the storm comes in through the south and the southeast, that it brings a lot of thunderstorms as well from Wednesday to 23rd, as you go into the 24th. And that white is indicative to very large hail. Then when you go from the 24th over to the 25th, it will carry further east over to the U.S., all the way towards the East Coast, bringing more storms with it. Now, so far, the Euro has shown that upper level low that tries to become a surface low, really a disorganized group of thunderstorms, but it could get its act together a couple of times because the water is cooler along the shore, but it's warmer the further away from the coast that you get in the Gulf. And so far, the wind gust it is picking up is all the way from 60, 70, even up to 80 miles per hour wind gusts as it strengthens in the Gulf, weakens down as it goes over Florida. But you see it brings 30s, 40s, and then it tries to get back into the 50s again as it pushes to the east. And this happens from Saturday the 19th all the way until Monday, and it goes out to the southeast. Also, there's Blockbuster snowfall that will be coming. So as you look through the 24 hours, you can see all the heavy snowfall that's coming. You have some coming with this next system as well. But all this blue is 3 to 5 inches, and all that pink gets up to a foot. So just like yesterday, I showed you all this major lake effect snow that's going to be happening for the Great Lakes and the Northeast. That is still happening. But when that next system comes in by the 21st, it is bringing some snow towards the western side of the U.S., but it will go towards the East Coast, and it will create more major snowfall in the Northeast as this potential nor'easter groups up and gives a little 1-2 punch of a lot of snowfall. Now you can see here, according to the Euro, that as you go into Saturday, it could bring that little bit of snowfall that GFS saw days ago, maybe towards northern Texas and stopping right before Dallas. But we do get that group of disorganized thunderstorms that comes in the Gulf. It does bring a lot of rain and storms to the south, but not really a strong surface low does form out of that. It just travels to the east, southeast, all the way until Monday, the 20th. Now, the Euro don't see that far, but you can see by the time you get to the 23rd that a surface low does group up, and it does bring severe weather to the south central, and it does continue to move to the east, a strong system. So when you look at the GFS, you can see a little bit further. So as you go into the 24th, one day later, it shows the system still brewing up a little bit further to the north, but it stretches all the way down to the south and goes up to the northeast. See how it regroups in the mid-Atlantic and it travels to the northeast, bringing a potential nor'easter and some more heavy snowfall with it. A lot of rain along the coast, but there is a chance to get some snow on the wraparound. And you can see here as you go on the 23rd and the 24th, it really grows in a lot of favorable environment. We get some strong system that groups up together and brings the potential nor'easter East Coast storm out by the 23rd all the way to the 25th and 26th. A strong and large storm coming. And the latest update on GFS still shows this big system going to the east while you have a lot of favorable environment in the Caribbean, just like I showed you on the potential velocity anomaly on favorable and unfavorable. And it shows a strong system still in the northeast, a big nasty nor'easter, but it also shows that cold front coming in the beginning of December could suppress that tropical wave, and it could sit there and strengthen up and become a potential hurricane for Central America. Now you can also see for the southeast that as your 2-meter temperatures, as the storm brews up around Thanksgiving, it will warm right back up, go to the northeast. But then right around the end of November, you're going to start being back in cold temperatures, getting all the way down to the 40s in Florida, and it will be even colder. As we get that next Arctic blast all the way into the beginning of December, now it's going to bring colder air down to the south and southeast. Now you have freezing temperatures on Florida. You have 39 degrees going all the way down Florida, and this is your 2-meter temperatures. For the first, it comes in also with some more cold air all the way towards Florida. So this will be another deep dive of cold air coming right after we deal with the one we're dealing with now. And when you look at your AO, your Arctic oscillation lets you know when these cold blasts come down. You can see with the latest run with the GFS that it come down with the cold air, but then it took it away. So this determines whether that cold front is going to come down and block that system, maybe strengthen it up even more. But you can see the run right before it is show that that cold air was going to be there. But the Euro always show that this cold blast was coming in the beginning of December. And you can see the cold air that we're dealing with now. Pretty cold temperatures, but this is dropping way deeper, a lot colder temperatures coming. This will go all the way to the southeast. Maybe the mid-Atlantic is still a few days away, so it might push over a little bit, but it's still going to be the coldest air that we had just yet. And taking myself out of the shot, of course, and you can see the difference. This is the cold air we're dealing with now. A little bit of a warm-up. Then we got colder air coming down with that before that last warm-up that I showed you yesterday. And as we look at the ensembles, we'll see what could actually form out of that. This being your controlled member, the only one you need to pay attention to. You see that surface low does strengthen up right on the 24th and 25th in the northeast. Gets all the way down to a strong system as it moves away. And as it revolves around, it's going to put the precipitation that's pulling up from the Atlantic and throw it down on these cold temperatures, creating your snowfall. Here's a closer shot for you, so it does get pretty strong all the way down to a 976 according to the control member as it strengthens up and moves away on the 26th and 27th. And this is going to bring a good bit of rainfall, widespread 2+ inches of rain. So you can see with precipitation with the Euro, you're getting all the storms in the northeast. You're getting a lot of snow that's going to be building up in the Great Lakes from this 1-2 punch you're getting from Canada. But as you go into the 20th, then you get that upper level low trying to be a surface low in the Gulf of Mexico as it crosses over Florida, bringing you 1 to 2 inches of rainfall by the 20th. Then we get that next system coming in and it creates all that severe weather. And as you look with the Canadian for comparison, you can see Canadian sees this as well, and it brings all that heavy rainfall all the way towards the mid-Atlantic. A lot of heavy rainfall. All that red is all 2 inches, and that white gets very heavy. 4 inches plus. So there's going to be a lot of heavy rainfall coming with these storms from this severe weather as well. And we are talking about a blockbuster of snowfall. So in the next 10 days, you will get another 3 to 5 inches in all of this blue. This is from the next system comes in, plus the 1-2 punch coming in from Canada. But once you go from November 14th to November 24th and you check out the snowfall from November 19th to November 29th, now you have a lot of major snowfall coming through the northwest. There's a control member from the Euro. This is from that system that's coming and bringing that severe weather. And a blockbuster amount of snowfall. All this pink is all up to a foot plus for Wisconsin, Michigan. Definitely a whole bunch for Canada. Feet of more snowfall coming. Intercoastal Northeast, another big lake effect machine is going to start up and just bring major blockbuster snowfall once again. And Ohio Valley is finally going to get some snowfall out of this because it got missed out of the one we're getting now. So now this shot kind of makes a little more sense to you. It should, of what you're looking at and what is coming. So make sure you subscribe. I will keep you updated, especially on that severe weather. And if any possible tornadoes will come out of it. A little too far to be known what exactly is happening out of that. But there is going to be severe weather. Now today I want to read to you Ephesians 6, 1 through 13. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment, with promise, that it may be well with thee, and thou mayest live long on the earth. And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. Servants, be obedient to them that are your masters, according to the flesh, with fear and trembling, and singleness of your heart, as unto Christ. Not with eye service as men pleasures, but as the servants of Christ, doing the will of God from the heart, with good will doing service as to the Lord and not to men, knowing that whatsoever good thing any man doeth, the same shall he receive of the Lord, whether he be bond or free. And ye masters, do the same thing unto them, forbearing, threatening, knowing that your master also is in heaven, neither is there respect of persons with him. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand. Amen. Remember, you work for the Lord, so do everything with great pleasure. Even though it affects man, you're not working for man. You're working for the Lord. Thank you all for your time. Hope you have a very blessed day today. All glory does go to Yahweh, our Father in heaven, our God of Jacob. And I pray he keeps you all safe during these very hard times. God bless you all. Amen. Hallelujah. Even so, Lord, come. Have a great day, everybody.